everybody, it's Rose again at the Bristol Vegan Fair. I'm joined by Anthony, who I have to say has the biggest muscles that I've seen all year, if not in my entire life, and he's a vegan. So Anthony, what is your secret?
To building muscle?
Yes.
I get asked that question an awful lot from bodybuilders saying, how do you build muscle? They have some myth or there's some misconception that you need animal protein to gain muscle,
Yes.
but it's not a truth. So I think I'm stronger than I've ever been before in my life, and I eat an awful lot of vegetables.
Tell us about your fitness regime and Choi-Bo.
My fitness regime. I train usually Monday to almost every day, actually. Monday to Friday. Weekends I do a lot of stretching. Try to deepen myself. Really, stretching is good to improve flexibility, but also helps to find deeper aspects of yourself. Really, if you're really in touch with your body. So Saturdays and Sundays I usually stretch for an hour, and then. But Monday to Friday I work out at a gym, but I do a lot of like movements in between each set on the weights. So I'm try to keep very fit, because cardiovascular conditioning is very important as a preventative measure to, also influences your mental state as well. And I have primarily I work pretty hard, so I have a lot of energy, and I need my energy levels to be high. So sometimes I think, I train for a couple of hours a day, and I think, am I wasting my time? It's too much, but I really need the energy. I go to bed, I don't sleep much, so I wake up early, so I go to bed maybe 12 o'clock, I'm up at 5, so I don't sleep much. So my energy levels are high because I do a lot of cardiovascular work. Mainly I put together Choi-Bo, which was, I spent about 20 years teaching in the exercise world, trained a lot of people, a lot of experience, made a lot of mistakes, but of course, like everybody, learn a lot. And I wanted to put together a workout that was, I felt, anyway, it's, in my opinion, better than anything else, the best I could do, and it was also less aggressive. So a lot of that, I do teach martial arts, and the movements I put in Choi-Bo, I didn't want them to be as aggressive as others.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be softer, but actually still practical, and they actually real.
Yeah.
But too much emphasis on moving like compulsively and hard, and I felt that's just another thing in society that is teaching people not to connect to their body.
Yeah.
And often people go to exercise and they're just trying to get through it, they hate it, and they're punishing themselves, and they're just trying to finish it. I've done my work now. Well, that's not enjoyable. You're not going to stick with that. So I made it quite conservative. It's a moderate exercise program. It will work your heart and lungs for 20 minutes, and there are 7 components to bring about long-term health. The first component is a meditation, only 30 seconds with a bit of a guided meditation. The next is I used tapping from EFT or emotional freedom techniques to energy psychology to balance the mind and body at a deeper level. Then I brought in some dynamic stretching, which is stretching with movement to try to improve the contractions in your body before you start the workout. There's a lot of research that says warming up has no benefit for exercise programs, but that is actually for sports. So sports is about winning. So if you want to exercise for longevity, you do need to warm up carefully and properly. Also, it's get you in a mentally prepare you to train. So after the dynamic stretching warm-up, I put in a joint rotational exercises. So people work their wrists and also their spine, they rotate, and their neck as well. So each major joint in the body is worked with very basic exercises. Resistance and strength training is important, but it should be a small amount of your exercise program. So getting too big, I've been bigger than this, and it's not healthy. That's why I decrease my body mass. So it's not healthy. They now know that resistance training decreases what's called capillary density, which is the tiny mesh of blood vessels that run in between your arteries and your veins. So hard resistance training decreases those, and also it actually decreases mitochondria, so you lose energy. So, but it's good to strengthen your muscles and tendons, so it should be about 5 to 10% of an exercise workout routine, holistic routine. So the workout is only, the resistance and strength training is only 10%, so 5 to 10%, it's about 6 minutes. 6 or 7 minutes in the workout, in the DVD that's going out on sale, and it's going through the TV as well. So I'm really excited about it.
When will the DVD be out?
I'm planning to release it on the 1st of July. We finished it, but I want to do some publicity around it and talk to people literally like this and share. I put in the cardiovascular training, which is kicks and punches using sequential motion. This is very new. You move your body first and then your hand when you block, body first and then your hand when you're punching. All the punches, all the movements accelerate and decelerate in the air, nothing's hard. The kicks are all nice and flowing, they're gentle, they're soft, but you do that for around 20 minutes. It's a good challenge, you've got to learn new techniques, it's good for the brain, and it's very healthy. Also, I feel if you use punches and kicks, not against other people, that's the wrong message. If you turn it inside yourself and you think about preventing disease, there's more purpose behind this. There's more like, they say a lot of research into psychology dictates physiology. Not so much into physiology dictates psychology. So I suggest it's more powerful, stronger, moving blocks, kicking, punching, because there's more purpose.
Wow.
So that's about 22 minutes. Then I did like a fast punching for fun, just body punches, moving circular motion, so there's no locking out or hurting. That's just to do an anaerobic component. There's a lot of research in anaerobic training said that the septum, which is the central wall in the heart, becomes thicker and stronger. Anaerobic training does the whole heart and increases blood volume by about 1/3 actually if you're very fit. So very important aerobic training to increase your blood mass, so you have more blood circulating around your body. Then I put in a massage.
Oh,
if you spin around,
massage.
so if you get a shoulder massage and then you run your hand on the back and then the other back, it's just good at relaxing your body. And that method is better. I know you'd want me to stay there.
Yeah, I do. I got a bit dazed then. I was like,
it's more effective at bringing your heart rate down when you've been exercising. So for years, people have been using static stretching, which is lying down stretching to bring your heart rate down to a resting state. I found through my experiments with my students that that was not as effective as a shoulder and fully clothed shoulder and back massage, because they're finding a new hormone called oxytocin is good at calming the body down. So I introduced that. It's new. I don't think anyone else has really done that. So it's new. It also stops people being so defensive because they have to connect and respect their partners in classes. And I feel it's, you know, as a society, in some ways we're evolving in some ways, but in other ways we're more fragmented than ever, and we may need to get closer rather than more distant from each other. So I introduced that cool down massage, and then after which there's a whole body yoga based cool down stretch that works both the left and right side of the body evenly to rebalance all the muscles in your body, and also it's put at the end so it'll help to remove lactic acid because there's deep abdominal breathing, so you're trying to work the lymphatic system to push out any toxins that we all collect from exercise and just living, actually, just breathing. So we all have that, you know, that toxicity, and we all need to work to improve that. So that's really it, 7 components. I'm really quite proud of it. I'm really think it'll do a lot of good. But I'm not just teaching it to adults. I feel that the kids need to exercise more and more today, but more the teenagers. So I'm not only teaching adults, I'm teaching teenagers, so teenagers can go back into schools and the teenagers can actually teach other teenagers and be monitored obviously in class by their teacher because they're insured. But I've taught that teenager the right way to exercise, you know, systematically in a structured way, so that workout is delivered to those teenagers that need to do that. But also the guy or girl that's delivering that needs to know that what they're delivering is safe. It has a good backbone of quality to it, so that people's lives are getting affected positively. But also the teenager that's choosing to teach Choi-Bo, they also develop their leadership skills because they're up in front of everybody else. They're having to encourage others to exercise and teach it. So many things that will hopefully accomplish in a time when obesity's, you know, rising, and we need to help. You know, we shouldn't judge because it's our failure. It's not anyone's failure but ours.